Yes. So welcome everybody to the unit conference. So basically we're going to be talking about you guys music, and also, you guys hear me? We're going to be talking about music and also the application of the blockchain, and also this music token that we are putting together here with the unit team. And quite exciting times that we live in. As actually, I was on the phone with Johnny earlier, and we were talking about how there was the first digital revolution, which kind of took rights away from artists or from music in terms of with the advent of things like Napster, LimeWire, all those kind of things that kind of took away from the artist, and in terms of revenue streams, etc. Because before that, right, you had analog, you had CDs, tapes, cassettes, vinyls, and that was big money maker. And basically that was the first digital revolution. And now we are now in the advent of the blockchain and of in this whole crypto wave and everything. And there's a new revolution happening now, so with the advent of NFTs, etc., that's giving rights back now to artists. So it's quite exciting times. What's up, Mark? And so we're going to kind of go through the overlook of the music industry, and then we are here for the evolution of the music business. Everybody can see the slides. What's up, Joe? How you guys doing? But yeah, so just to intro once again, I am Knowa Lazarus, and I'm representing for the music token here at the unit conference. And I was having a conversation with my friend Johnny earlier. He is here, and we were talking about the first digital revolution which happened in the music industry, which kind of took rights away from the artist, when you had like LimeWire and Napster, where a lot of songs were, basically just ripped, because before that, you had, CDs, vinyls, cassettes, everything was analog. And the first stage of the digital revolution basically took a lot of rights away from artists and a lot of revenue streams away. And now we are on this new wave of the evolution of music business, which is also within the digital or world or the metaverse. And now, there's this whole wave happening of ownership coming back now to artists with the advent of the blockchain, decentralizing everything, and also with the advent of NFTs. All right, so we're going to go through this deck right quick. I'll go through this little presentation that, we put together just to give everyone not too familiar with the music business or the music token, and just to give you guys an idea of what's been happening in the music industry, and also with the application now of blockchain, and especially with this music token that we are building and will be out soon. So we're really excited for this. So just want to share this with all you guys. All right, let's go on. So music, the evolution of music business. All right, so number one, the problem. Right here is the problem, which I have faced, and I know a lot of other artists have faced: lack of funds and resources for creatives. That's one of the number one things, because in order for anything to be sustainable, you need funds and you need resources. And resources can, come about from a studio, can come from, connections, whether it be music videos, etc., creating things, websites, right? A lot of artists, artists can no longer basically just be an artist, right? You have to wear multiple hats. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, is yet to be seen. In some ways, I think it's good, but in some ways, I think it's bad. I would say some of the pros and having to wear more than one hat is you learn, a lot of different aspects of the business. But the cons is it always takes you away from your art, right? Number two, the public doesn't invest in the artists they care about. Yeah, sure, maybe they stream, maybe they watch the video, etc. But they're investing their time, but what really percentage gets to the artist. So we'll be discussing that later in terms of streams and in terms of videos, et cetera, that are, let's say, when you watch it online, yeah, something goes to the artist, but where does the lion's share go? So we want to create a system through the music token where people can invest in the artist. It can, whether it be financially, whether it be maybe even streaming. There's ways that they all earn, but those will be some of the things we'll be discussing. So revenue streams for artists have decreased drastically due to the current music business model, which is something I touched on in the beginning. So basically, before you had CDs, vinyls, analog tapes, and or cassettes, etc. And those were a lot more, I guess, difficult to duplicate. But now with everything being in the digital realm, it's kind of decreased. But the music industry has started to bounce back, right? All right, and we will be talking about those things. So let's keep it moving on to the next slide. So now the solution: a cooperative and collaborative token-based music economy, right? So this is people working together, using the blockchain for smart contracts, whether it be something, an application could be royalties, an application could be, fans purchasing, a token of an artist or of, let's say, a song, etc., or a band. And by doing that, investing in the artist, and the more that the artist streams, or the better that the records do, the better the artist does, the better the investors do. Now, fans and supporters invest financially into artists and projects they care about, integrating themselves into their success, which is just what I touched on. And the creation of a new music business model where artists and fans are empowered to blaze their own trail. So now it's decentralizing where the power is held, and giving power back to the people. And that is the evolution where we are at now. All right. So now the music token, right, which is what we are all here for, based on the unit network. So music token, pioneering a collaborative token-driven music economy where ownership is distributed amongst everyone and people are more mutually supportive in projects and beliefs. So, I always believe, a small group of people, of course, if we are starting small, can make a huge impact. And that's what this is all about, for everybody who's here. It's about all of us pioneering and collaborating together by creating our own music economy. So let's take a look now at some numbers. Not a lot of words, but numbers are also very important. So we have here 2021 combined market values, 21.6 billion global music revenue. So this year, and you can see the source. And in the crypto market, a 2.06 trillion global crypto market cap. So that means, money is circulating around. So the combination of these two markets, create an abundance, I think, of opportunity, which we are all here on the cutting edge of, through the music token. This is an evolution, the next step of the music industry, where, the model that we are currently practicing, I guess, through streams and, YouTube 2D as well too, right? There's a lot of new technologies coming out as well too. So in some ways, the present is already the past, as the future is already here. You just have to see it. So let's look at the music plus crypto revenue. Get a little deeper look. So you can see here, as I mentioned before, around, let's say these are 2011, 2012, that was when really MP3s really came into play. And true story, I actually had a CD manufacturing business. And we were doing CDs for like all the radio DJs, a lot of known artists, and, we're making some pretty good money. And but as soon as I saw the MP3 come in, I knew the CDs were going to be gone. So you can see that actually here on the graph in the decline, as you can see also here in the key. You'll see streaming, physical sales. So the pink is the physical sales, and now the physical sales have gradually been declining all around, but of course, downloads and other digital, you see the streaming numbers, the percentages, synchronization and performance rights. And so nowadays, it's the streaming, and of course, where most of the revenue is being generated. Now, of course, in this traditional model that we have now, like I said, the artist sees very little of that money, right? Actually, the last one to also get paid. I can speak from personal experience, right? But then we look here, let's look at the global cryptocurrency, and this is from April. So this is a few months ago. I don't even know what the maze is. 151,472,595,000,000. I don't know, what is this number? Is that billion? Sorry. But that's a huge number. And you can see cryptocurrency is now reaching historic heights. And especially with things like NFTs, you could also see, bullish on Ethereum, et cetera, and other platforms. So things are definitely on the rise. So like I said, once again, we are definitely on the cutting edge of everything. Now, let's talk about synergy. How does this all work, right? So synergy through a token-driven economy. So let's say an artist or a project, receives funding through the music token, and then fans also give an investment, and fans also have access and ownership of said artist or said project, and all together they share success. So basically creates a synergistic now, relationship between fans, the token, and the artist, and versus just being passive. Now you can also, fans can be active or proactive through the artists and projects that they support, and altogether they can share success. I know there was a recent example of I forgot the artist, but there was a recent example of someone, pre-selling their rights. I mean, there's systems like that where they're, selling shares of the album, through a token. And of course, the beauty of the blockchain is that it's a smart contract. So everything is embedded into the code, right? So you don't have to go back and try to figure things out or divide the money. Everything happens automatically. So that is also the beauty, of the blockchain. All right. So let's go to the next slide. The future of music is now, right? It is now. So we're empowering artists and supporting communities. So nowadays, artists are measured in the industry by metrics more than talent, right? A lot of times it's how many followers you have, how many streams you have. So it's all a numbers game. And through the music token, we can work the numbers that truly matter in our favor. So the numbers that truly matter, of course, are, right, people having access and I guess basically currency, right? Currency got to keep flowing. So, and to me, those really are the numbers that matter. And it not only matters now to the artists, it also matters to the fans and the supporters, because if they're invested in the success, or when they're invested in the success of an artist, it goes back to them as well too. And it's a way, since there's smart contracts, they're guaranteed to get their share, right? You can't run. All right, so the cryptocurrency wave. So the popularity investment into cryptocurrency have become synonymous with revolutionizing industries. However, beyond NFTs, the applications creatives have been non-existent. Well, they are starting to exist, especially by all of y'all being here. All right, and the Polkadot blockchain. So Polkadot gives us the ability to connect all the different blockchains together. We believe that this is going to form the building blocks of the future, and we're excited to be a leader and pioneer. So that is the music token. Now, let's keep it moving. So the music token model, right? Artist gets funding from music token economy. Artist uses funding to create and provide products and services to customers through the music token economy. Everyone benefits from being a stakeholder within the music token economy. And, one of the interesting things as well too with the unit token is, big shout outs to Michael Healy for, putting a lot of this together. is that we're looking at it being backed by actual fiat currency, right? So a little quote I found. So there is the music business, and the music industry. So you got to love the first. I do love it. Learn the second. Reluctantly, I learned it. And then outsmart the third, which is what we are here to do with the music token. All right. So now let's go into blockchain for the music industry, 9 possible use cases. So big shout outs to Disruptor Daily for having all this great information. And, so these are some ideas to look into, to kind of plant that seed in your mind in terms of, possible use cases for the music industry for the blockchain. So these may or will be some things that, the music token can also be applicable to, and especially with the development and the evolution of the music industry as we are now, on the cutting edge of what is to come. All right. So royalty systems. So here we go. Spotify paid $30 million settlement in 2016 over unpaid royalties. The suit is evidence that digital music streaming hasn't ended the industry's financial squabbles. Royalty payments aren't cheap for streaming platforms either. They cost Spotify $1.9 billion in 2017. Industry-wide royalty tracking and payment powered by the blockchain will add transparency and value for all parties. It may also decrease royalty payment fees. Imagine paying rights holders as soon as songs are downloaded instead of weeks, months, or years later, right? Automated payment with smart contracts could make this a reality. So these are other companies addressing this. So Ujo, Vest, Bjork,